talking with Doug Telfer from ProLab Diagnostics, and you've been a customer of Minotaur since?
2006 we had our first go live,
Wow.
so 10 years now.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. And so can you tell me a bit about what ProLab does?
Well, ProLab is a medical device manufacturer. We develop and manufacture and market medical devices throughout the world. We are a family-owned company, and we predominantly make microbiological testing kits for hospitals and private laboratories.
And for food manufacturing companies as well.
And we're starting to move into the food testing as well, and we're looking for other channels for opportunities as well.
Excellent. So tell me, so one of the things about ProLab is you mentioned being worldwide.
Yes.
And so can you tell me a bit how in the background things are structured with Minotaur and you have multiple companies?
That's correct. So we have 5 related companies that are on Minotaur, and when we were first looking at Minotaur, which was actually even before I started with the company, one of the problems was we had very kind of disconnected accounting systems in place. And what we were hoping to do was to improve efficiency by running all the companies on a common platform. And Minotaur was selected at the time because predominantly because it was a very cost-effective system that had a lot of traceability for us, which, because we're highly regulated, we're in a highly regulated industry, we had to have that lot traceability.
Right. And so do you have a lot of transactions that flow between your different divisions?
That's correct. So we have not a high number, but each transaction that flows through has a high number of line items. So each month we've got lots of products going through, so lots of lot numbers with different expiry dates. And what had happened before was this was all manually done. So the order would come in, it would first be entered from the originating affiliate. They would enter the order manually. We would receive that. That would have to be entered into another system, and so on. And so and then when the order was actually shipped, all of the information with the lot numbers and the expiry dates would have to be done, transcribed manually. So that took a lot of time, and then there was also error prone as well. So
Transcription errors.
Yeah. So as you can imagine, if you've got a lot number that doesn't match what's on the label, or if you've got an expiry date that doesn't match what's on the label, that can be very serious. So one thing that was a huge benefit to us was that shortly after we went live, we implemented EDI transactions, intercompany EDI transactions, and this made the process so much faster, really eliminated all of our transcription errors, and completely eliminated paperwork.
So essentially
paperwork.
you entered that, transfer order or request from one of your divisions into the first company.
Yeah.
And then EDI takes that, receives that into the next company, and then the shipment goes to the next company. And so basically, instead of entering it in each of those systems independently, you're entering it once and it's flowing automatically.
That's right, and it's really just, it literally is pressing a button. So we have the buttons on our screen saying, okay, pick up the EDI transaction, turn it into a purchase order, send the purchase order, and so it's all very logical. It takes a while to set up, but once it's set up, it works just like clockwork each month.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So when you were deploying Minotaur in your multiple different countries, what kind of challenges did you face in implementing the system based on different tax structures or requirements of those countries?
Yeah. Well, in the U.S., they don't have a federal tax, but they do have state taxes, which is fairly straightforward. I mean, you can use it just as you would in Canada with the different provincial taxes. The problem that we ran into was that there are municipal level taxes, county level taxes, but in the end, we were able to address that just by using different tax jurisdictions within each state. So Minotaur was able to handle that no problem at all. And then in the UK, they have VAT, value added tax, which really is just structured exactly like HST or GST. So we didn't really have any issues with the implementation in the UK from that standpoint. Really the most complicated issue we had was the fact that they just use A4 paper instead of 8.5 by 11, so we just had to reformat our forms to meet that size. But other than that, it was going live in the UK was about the same level of complexity as in Canada.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me.
My pleasure.